episode 64. Hello everyone and welcome to Wolff&Schafe podcast. My name is Magdalena and this is my little kitty co-host Domarat. Now, and we have a Monday today, June 26th of 2017, and it's summer still. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. It means a lot to me that you like to spend your time with me. It's awesome. If you are a new viewer, thank you so much for checking out my show. This is a podcast about knitting, spinning, sewing, hand-dyeing yarn in a little town of Adliswil, which is a place near Zurich in Switzerland. I'm from Poland originally, and I live here with my husband Gleb and our 3-year-old son Stasio. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry under my full name, which is Magdalena Wolff with double F. And my show notes appear in the down bar here, and helpful links I put in the video description here on YouTube. We have also a Ravelry group, which is Wolff&Schafe podcast, and there you can check out our giveaways and knit-alongs. And we have a knit-along going on right now. It's this year's edition of Shawl Along, so Shawl Along 2017, and since some of participants mentioned that they won't make it till the deadline, which was to be July the 1st, and but anyway they wanted to join in the fun, which was very nice, and they posted their works in progress in our thread. I thought that I would extend the deadline because we're not in a hurry, right? And it's summer, so some people might not have that much time for knitting. So I thought I would extend the deadline. However, I will be away myself for holidays, so it will be quite a big extension till July 24th, because that's just after I will be back from my holidays. So yay! You can knit on, and good luck. I hope you will finish what you wish to finish. And I'm still waiting for your works in progress and finished objects. The prizes are, as I mentioned before, many. One of the prizes will be a skein of my hand-dyed yarn, Wolff&Schafe yarn, and I still haven't decided on, because you will be able to choose one out of 3, and I still haven't decided on that, but hey, I have some time left. So anyway, there will be a skein of my hand-dyed yarn, and there will be a pattern by Emilie from Arctic Knitting podcast. And there will be also a pattern of your choosing from any pattern by Agata Mackiewicz, also known as Amanita. So that's exciting, isn't it? Oh yeah, just to remind you, if you enjoy my show, I forgot to say that in the opening, please hit the subscribe button, because this way you won't miss any of my updates. So yeah, as usual, a sip of tea for the good start. Oh, I'm running out of my excellent Japanese green sencha teas, so I'm a bit about it, but then they are best when used up while fresh, so I shouldn't have any scruples here, I suppose. I will just drink it when it's best and not hold back too much. And it's still hot. On Friday it was very hot, and it was like 35 degrees, and I checked this, it's 95 Fahrenheit. It was hard because we had some things to do outside, which I will talk about in my last segment, life in general, about. But yeah, today is only 28 or 9, so it's still hot but bearable. And okay, we can start with knitting now. First up, my my summer top is here. Dun, dun, dun. So it's grown. Here's the marker. It's actually this way. So anyway, this is Asagi top by Bristol Ivy. A fascinating, for me at least, pattern with unusual construction. And the yarn that I'm using is this yarn. It is Queen of Pearls on her Ballista base in Siren Song colorway, and it's fingering weight. These are 150 gram skein, so it's 600 meters per skein, and I'm still on my first one. And the needle that I'm using are just my regular Knit Pro interchangeables. I really like working with them, and it's very convenient that they are interchangeable because of the construction here. It's more convenient to use various lengths of the cable. And again, this is where I am. You might expect more. But yeah, this is where I was last week, where this cute little unicorn marker that I made is. And then the pattern tells you to stop and start with first of, sorry for the noise, first of the front yokes. So this is the lace that will be located on the shoulder, and so once you're done here, then you pick up stitches here and you work the front yoke. And I just today morning I finished last 2 rows and put the stitches on stitch holder so that I can work the right yoke next. And that's what I was talking about. I'm just used to, this, simple, usually top-down construction. And here it's like, it's so exciting. Like you start first here, and then you knit only the back, and then you knit only the half front and the other half front. It's just I was also excited for this pattern because I thought I will learn new things, and that's what's it about. I've also had some sad experiences. Well, that's basically my fault. So I misread the pattern. Well, I suppose it was because I just I read it, then I worked on the pattern and I forgot what I read before, and for the lace portion you have a chart. First there's a setup chart that you're supposed to complete, and then you start the main chart. It has 32 rows, but you're supposed to knit 16 of them. And it just slipped my mind, and I was continuing on. I thought that I will be binding off here when I'm done with row 32, which was not supposed to be the case. And I think on row 27, I was almost done when I decided to reread, well, what will be next? And then I'm like, what about rows 17 to 32? What? So I had to rip back around like 2 hours of work or even more. And it was very sad, but really, really necessary, because then I would continue too long with the sleeve and the body joined. So I had to rip back. Oh. But yeah, then I fixed it. Yeah, I hate fixing, because I'm always worried I will lose some stitches and they will be twisted, which happened. I was pretty sure I avoided that, but then I have a portion of twisted stitches here. Can you see? But I realized that only after I was somewhere here. So I was like, oh no, I'm not going back. So there is this section of twisted stitches. Well, I will be okay with that. And what else? Yeah, it's a fun project, because you have all these changes of perspective. Like you attack the project from various sides. And I can't wait to work on it more. So next up there will be the right front yoke. And yay! And I'm still in love with this colorway. It truly is siren song. It's so tealy. It can be more tealy. It's just purest teal. Yum. Oh, I didn't say the needle size. Yes, I'm using 3.5mm needles, which is US size 4. And for the finishing and ribbing, I will be using 3mm needles, which is US size 2.5, I believe. So this is my big project. And next up we have socks for Gleb. For our anniversary, I'm making him this as a present. I'm making him these socks. So there's some progress, as you can tell. Again, I'm loving the colorway. It's so rich. It has so many tones and shades. It's lovely. And yeah, this is where I've been last week. And I changed the needles because I was knitting on Wolff&Schafes. And these are my Chaogu. Both are 2.5mm needles, which is US size 1.5. And I will be flying soon. I will be on a plane, and I thought, well, I've never really had a problem with flying with metal needles before, and I do fly quite a lot. But I have 2 sets of Chaogu 2.5 and only 1 set of Wolff&Schafes 2.5. So I thought it will be safer if they make me throw this away. I hope not. Then I will still have at least 1 set. Yeah, and I'm flying without with only my hand luggage, because it was cheaper and I'm going only for 2.5 days, so I have to have everything in my hand luggage. But enough of that. And so my main color, I'm planning for contrasting toes, heels and cuffs and the main color is Rusty Ferret. And the doll base, which is 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, so your classical sock base, and the colorway is idiot proof. And contrasting colorway is this, and I thought I had the tag, but oh, it's Oh, it's here. I do have it. So it's this yarn from which I made a previous pair of socks for Gleb. They also had contrasting heels, toes and cuffs, but in Jinx yarns. Anyway, it's this yarn, which is Rohrspatz und Wollmeise twin, 80% wool, 20% nylon, and wool is merino, superwash, and skeins are 150 grams, and the colorway is Spots Blitz. So, and this yarn is, if you're familiar with this yarn, Wollmeise twin, it's slightly thicker than your usual sock yarn, but it's not a problem. I suppose it might even make heels, toes and cuffs a bit more sturdy, I hope. And yeah, I'm planning for a plain vanilla socks with these contrasting parts, and as usual I'm knitting 2 at a time and planning for Fish Lips Kiss heel, which is my go-to heel. And yeah, the deadline for this is still far away because it's August the 6th, so I think I'm pretty safe here. And this cute project, if my husband only knew, it lives here in this Molly Klein design, very rainbowy and very unicorny bag. So yay! Last knitting project I wanted to share with you is my Cozy Memories blanket. There's only one square added since the last time I showed this to you, and it is this little square. Dum, dum, dum. Oh, come on. So some of you know that my plan for this blanket is basically use only yarns that I've knit something, like some other project with and I have leftovers, or with my hand-dyed yarn. My hand-spun yarn. My hand-dyed yarns also appear here, but usually when they've been used for some other projects, like for example this square, or where are you? Or yeah, or this square here, or this one. Well, anyway, there are some more, I suppose. And yeah, so this new addition is my hand-spun yarn, and it's, oh yeah, I should have prepared that. I wonder where it is. So yeah, anyway, where the rest is. So I bought these 3 from a Polish online store called hobbywełna.pl, and it's 100% Australian merino, 18 microns. And I have a third one. Yeah, it's here. So it actually looks more, well, it doesn't look so gray in this fall, but it has those cute pinks and those stronger browns. But once spun, it turns into mauvish gray, brownish shaded gray, something like that. So this is how it looks spun up, and it's a single ply yarn, more or less fingering weight. So yes, this is my blanket, and now, oh my goodness, it's getting hotter. Oh. And next up, we will have the sewing segment. So I wanted to thank all of you who commented on the yukata that I made for my son. It was so great because it was still not perfect. It's one of my first sewing, like serious sewing projects. So I was a bit stressed up there, but yeah, thank you so much. I also think it's cute. And as I mentioned before, it was very hot last Friday when the party for which I was making the yukata was, so we didn't dress up in the end. I'm not losing hope, however, I think there will be, during the summer, there will be another opportunity for us to dress up, like all the three of us in yukatas, and have some fun. But last Friday, it was just not meant to be. I was barely alive because of the heat, so dressing up was not an option. So I wanted to say something more about the yukata because some people enjoyed the part in the last episode about the overall construction of kimonos. Because if you're not familiar, yukata is a one-layered summer kimono. Your regular kimono would have lining, but yukata is just, well, it evolved from an outfit from like when you would go to some spa or hotel with hot springs, you would wear it around the hotel, and that's also what you do when you go to the traditional Japanese hotel. But these days it's also worn as just a summer kimono for some festivals, summer festivals. And since it's a summer outfit and Japan is pretty hot, it's just one layer of cotton on you. And as airy as possible. I wanted to say that one of the beautiful sides of kimonos are that they can they are stored. You might wonder, because they are very well, at least women's kimonos. They have to be very long, because to put it on you have to make a fold around your waist level, and then you tie it and put the belt on. So they are very long, they are longer than you would think. So they are not stored in cupboards, usually, I mean not on hangers, unless they are used as decoration of the room, because you can also do that. But normally you would fold them more or less like origami. If you're familiar with this paper art, you just fold it, and in the end you get something like, well, my yukata that I made is not a perfect rectangle, because it's not exactly of a classical shape, but yeah, you get something like this. And what is the difference between this one? I discussed the construction of the sleeves last time, but you fold it, for example, the neckband, you fold like this. And here what we have is, we have one piece of fabric for the back and two pieces of fabric for the fronts, right? But it is not the classical shape you would make for a kimono. I have my summer kimono here to show you. So you would have an additional, so there's still this one piece of fabric for the back. And then, well, no, here it's actually 4. Okay, so at the upper part you have 2 for the back, and then you get 1 front and then you get this triangle. I don't know if it's really visible. Maybe I should have not chosen a black outfit. But yeah, you add to your rectangular front piece, you add this very skinny triangle. Can you see it? So this is where the seam goes. Here and then here. So it's a really long rectangle that goes all the way down. It's very skinny, as you can see, but it shapes the outfit so that it fits, basically. And then the neckband is pretty broad. So this was my little Japanese outfit corner. If you have any questions, please ask. I'm not a specialist by all means. I'm just figuring things out now, because simply I got more interested in the construction of the garments. But what's interesting, this yukata was made based on I believe an American tutorial, so by a person who knows how it should look like, but who is not a specialist in Japanese clothes, right? So, and it's a simplified version for children, but though I suppose that Japanese children outfits are just made from the same staple as grown-up clothes. So it's not the same construction, even though you think it is. And yeah, that's the little corner. And now more about sewing, because I have finished objects to show you. So, ta-da! This is my first zip pouch, and I made it using the tutorial by Hirohiro. There will be a link in the video description. It's not very even, but I'm happy with it. It works. It works. And it has, I already put some notions here. But anyway, I love the fact that these are sister fabrics, that you have these stars and penguins here and only the stars, little stars inside. And there was 1 layer of lining put here, and yeah, and this white lace also for covering up the seams inside. And I must tell you, I'm still a beginner, so I'm learning all the time. I made this from jersey fabric, which was a great mistake. Well, not in the finished object, but while sewing it, I did suffer, because it would stretch in all the unwanted places, and it was very, very hard to make it, well, even. But I did not know. I just thought, oh, the fabric's cute, I will make a pouch. Yeah, we live, we learn. So this was the prototype. And then I made a present for my sister, because I'm visiting her, and soon it will be I'm visiting my sister, and soon it will be her name day. So I wanted to make her a little present. And she really likes ducks. So Oh, here they are. Come on. So these are the ducks, and these are the frogs. This side is mostly froggy, and there are some ducks hidden here. And this is the lacy zipper, and inside is this fabric. The same one I used for my first ever sewing attempt with the sewing machine, the coasters. And what else? Oh yeah, we have different lace. I showed this when I bought it in the acquisition. So the lace is cream, and it's also there inside. There. So with this project, I learned from my mistakes, and this is I have to learn those terms, but it's woven fabric and pure cotton without any elastan added, so it's not stretchy at all. I made it as flat as possible with my iron, and it was such a different story. It was so much easier to sew it, oh my god. But I did not realize when sewing this project, I did not really realize that the thread I'm using will be showing only on the inside, because all the seams are made such that you cannot see them from the outside. They're only visible from the inside. And with this project it was also easy because both fabrics have gray in them, so I used gray. So I used gray thread. This is barely visible here. However, for this project I matched the thread for this side, so I used blue, and it does not look good. Oh my god, it totally does not. Eek! So again, we live, we learn. That I should try and realize which side of the pouch I should be matching with my thread, because suppose white thread even would be better here than blue or yellow. Eek. But I still think that my sister will enjoy this little pouch, especially because all the problems are inside, not very visible, especially if she puts something there. And yeah, very excited about how she will react to the present. What else? Oh, I really wanted to mention, because I showed you these clips, these sewing clips that I purchased some time ago that were recommended to me by Anna from Dunkelgrün podcast, and they are amazing. I use them all the time. I think for these pouches I did not use a single pin. I used only these. Maybe for cutting out the fabric I used pins, but for no other purpose did I use it. And these are amazing. They hold so strong, there's no way the fabric would move while they keep it. So awesome, just awesome, perfect. And I haven't seen them in any other store than the online store. But yeah, if you can use them, I highly recommend them. That's what I get for playing with it. Okay, I think I'll find it later. Sorry, it's possibly from the heat striking me really strongly. Is this all? Okay, so now sewing acquisitions, because as I said, I'm buying fabrics like a crazy woman because I have so many plans. So I bought some more stuff again. I bought 2 fabrics that are planned to be used for lining for project bags. So I think it would be really nice, not for the main, for the outside, but for the inside it would be very cute. So I bought half a meter of this and half a meter of this. I think it's very nice. For example, this fabric with my hippos, which are here, I think it would look really awesome. So this for the inside and the hippos for the outside. Ooh. Yay! How about this? Oh, also not bad, but for like more muted effect. But this would look great. Yay! So these are my, and these are all again 100% cotton woven fabrics. Yes. So those very flat. If you, dear viewer, know the right terms, please let me know so that I won't use these funny words anymore. And I also bought some jersey fabric for, well, I'm planning for another gathered skirt by Gertie Hirsch. And it is basically, well, some people would say it's a baby fabric, but I don't care. And it's unicorns. Oh yeah. So it's basically pink with unicorns and stars. And the unicorns have pink manes, tails, and hooves. Oh my god! I'm thinking about making this skirt a little shorter this time, not much, but maybe a little shorter. I found that this kind of fabric, and it's mostly cotton with some few percent of elastin added, so it's a bit stretchy and it doesn't wrinkle. It's good for this kind of project because then the skirt has this nice flow and it looks very nice. So pretty excited about it. I don't know when I will start because tomorrow I'm leaving for a few days and then soon after that we're going on holidays. And also it's so hard to sew in this heat. I don't know why, but even when I start working with the fabric, I get so hot, maybe from the concentration or what, I don't know. My sewing machine has this light bulb that also emits some a little bit of heat itself, so it's also hot then. But yeah, even before I start sewing, it's already... So I don't know, I have the fabrics, I have some plans, but we will see what happens. So now only my last segment, life in general, is left. And as I mentioned before, I'm flying to Calabria in southern Italy, where my sister is on her PhD scholarship right now. And we will be having some fun. I will be there for 2.5 days, more or less. And Gleb, the angel of a husband that he is, will be staying with Stasio. I mean, Stasio is going to the daycare, but anyway, he will take care of him in the mornings and the afternoons, which is awesome. My only worry is that it's going to be very hot there, but we are planning to go to the seaside, so maybe the heat won't be as overwhelming as it is here where we are surrounded by mountains. And Oh, tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to have an iron infusion. So I mentioned before that I'm having problems with my iron level. It's very, very low. And the doctors have been suggesting the iron infusion for some time, but I tried it once when I was pregnant, and it didn't work. After just a couple of minutes, the doctor had to stop it because I almost fainted, and it's just, we couldn't proceed. So I thought, yeah, that's a waste of money and time. But since life is quite hard when your iron level is so low, I decided that maybe this time, since the tablets that I'm taking are not very helping, they're like, the progress is very, very slow. That maybe since I'm not pregnant right now, so I'm not so vulnerable, and if I will ask my husband to accompany me, maybe it will work. So fingers crossed, really, I hope it will go well this time, but we will see. So that's a big thing right now for me. And what else? Oh, as I mentioned, on Friday we went to a leisure park called Coneyland. There was the summer party organized by my husband's company, and everything would be really great if not for the weather, because it was very hot last week and Friday was the hottest of them all, of the all days. And as I mentioned, it was 35 Celsius, 95 Fahrenheit, and sunny. So we barely survived. But Stasio enjoyed himself. We went to sea lions show. He saw some flamingos, and also I think that was the part he loved. There were two places he loved the most. First was the shop with jellies, like various shapes and colors, and he was allowed to eat more sweets than usual. Than he's usually allowed, so he was very happy. And the other place was those little cars that you can get like inside, throw a coin in, and then it moves. He was so happy, he really was. And yeah, so after that day we barely got home on two legs. And also the next day we were like vegetables, except for Stasio because he was okay. We were really exhausted, and right now it's not as hot. It's still hot, but we already are okay. Oh yeah, Gleb went to the roller coaster, and they had a camera there at the start when the roller coaster, first it would go backwards and then start really fast, and then the camera would make a shot of your frightened face. So yeah, Gleb got one of these. It's hilarious. And yeah, so we had some nice time, and other than that, oh yeah, I watched the BBC version from 1995 of Pride and Prejudice with Colin Firth, because it's so famous, and I was curious. I love Jane Austen, to be honest. It's very enjoyable, so I had some time watching it. And also when I was a vegetable, I couldn't do much. I would just watch Pride and Prejudice and knit. And that was it. And I must say it's a really faithful adaptation, because it's like 6 episodes, and thanks to that it's not like a single movie that has to be, you know, watchable. It could afford to be much more faithful than any movie could ever be. So I really enjoyed that, because I enjoyed the book. And yeah, I think this is it for today. I still have to do packing. I hate packing. But I already found my shoes. So about the beach in Italy, most of them are, well, there are some with sand brought and put there artificially, but when you enter the sea, it's very stony and dangerous, so you need these shoes. And luckily I already have them from our previous trip to Croatia, so we had to really dig through our storage room, but yeah, I have them, I'm prepared. About Polish part of Baltic Sea, Baltic Sea is in general much cooler than your Mediterranean Sea or other southern seas, but it has its advantages. If you can survive the cold, and I mean it's like between 17 to 20 degrees Celsius, the water in summer, you have to be tough to swim there, but I did since I was a kid. Anyway, it has the most beautiful sandy beaches, seashores, and also you won't find many dangerous creatures there because they don't like the cold. So my sister just recently, she got stung by a jellyfish in Italy, and it really hurt. But no such thing in the Baltic Sea, so it's awesome. I love Baltic Sea, but then it also has its disadvantages. But it has amber. Yeah. Anyway, I think that is it. I'm overheated, I'm babbling, so it's time to stop. Also, my battery marker is blinking on me, so probably it's time to say happy knitting, enjoy your week, and we will see you next time. Yeah, bye!